We have 20 of this awesome Field Center left for those of you that were like, oh, well, how many have gone? Well, we've been through about 10 of them this morning. So once these are gone, that's it. So I will leave a link down below so you guys can pick up your Lily limited edition Field Center. Let's dig on into that best list that I've seen so far, shall we? We're deep in ban list season, and I finally saw a ban list prediction that I actually really approved of. Don't beg 30% of you guys have not smashed the living crap out of that subscribe button. Smash it! So we can move up the 100K ladder. So Italian Yugi over here dropped this banger of a ban list prediction. And I'm not going to lie to you. This is everything that I want to see on this list. Granted, you got to ask yourself at this point in time, do we really need to touch the Scythe Lock at this point in time? Because we power crept that thing, all right? Like, I'm not going to lie to you. The whole, like, Scythe interactions and stuff are really annoying, but if we take care of Verte Anaconda, like we suggest on this list here, does that just take care of the Scythe Lock? Because honestly, yeah, I understand that you can search for it off of the Ben 10, Robbie. You're stupid if you think. You know how many times people have told me that, like, banning Dagda is just, like, stupid because, like, yeah, they could still search it off the Ben 10. Bro, if you're searching for Scythe off of Ben 10, you've already gone down, like, an entirely weird skill tree, and you can have it at that point in time, you know? Like, that's fine. But if you take care of Verte Anaconda, at that point in time, it's like, to what systematic end will they be able to generate the full advantage tree and all of the other craziness that really comes with it? So I am pretty in agreement with just, if Verte is the only hit that we see on this list, good riddance. All right, like, if we don't see Verte banned on this list, I'm actually going to be pretty upset. Like, this card has ran around for too long, has done too much. I already know there's going to be like 4 or 5 trolls who are going to be like, oh, Robbie tears, oh my god, let's get them, and you're just like, oh, stop it, please. Like, most of the competitive community at this point in time just wants Verte axed just because of all of the infinite BS trees that this has brought to the table with this. All right, now, the limited to ones here. Harpor to 1. Honestly, I could be okay with Harpor. The only thing that I think that people might not want with Harpor is the interaction trees with it. Harpor doesn't necessarily make the game go any quicker because those combo lines do take a hot second. And I think that'd be like one of the main reasons why Harpor coming back to 1 is kind of whatever at this point in time. Because honestly, it's whatever. The other big thing I really kind of ask here is when you're looking at this list and like you look at Harpor, Colossus isn't going to come back. All right, before you're like, oh, if we're bringing back Harpor, Colossus can come back. Now, the TCG has proven that, like, certain Floodgate-esque effects, they do not want touching the game, and I perfectly understand that at the end of the day. So, honestly, Harpor coming back to 1, I think, will expedite some things. We've seen some pretty cool things with Harpor in the OCG that still make the deck a little bit more relevant. And I know the hardcore Orcust fans out here will pick this up and give this a shot. And honestly, I'd be okay with that, just giving it a shot. Now, us following suit with the Fusion Destiny, I don't know. I kind of have a feeling that the TCG might leave Fusion Destiny at 2 after taking care of Verte Anaconda. The reason for that is we do have the DP reprint coming up a little bit further down the pipeline here, which I kind of think honestly, DP's power scaling is not as, like, crazy as it's been, especially when you cut off Verte Anaconda's ability to just access at any point in time where you just go 2 monsters, haha, poof. You know, also with it being semi-limited, you can't, like, get immediately crazy access to it, which I think definitely really takes away from it. So I think to remain on how the TCG would want to see things, I think leaving Fusion Destiny at 2 seems a little bit more worthwhile. I feel like 1 is just they want to put it down. 2 is we want to make sure that we can maintain some sort of sales with it come tins later on this year. And I think looking at it from, like, both standpoints like that is both justifiable. Either to 1 or leave it at 2. Post Verte Anaconda ban is okay either way. All right. So, hey, you've already hurt down the power scaling on it all that much. Now, Semi-limited. Astrograph Sorcerer. Alright, well, here's the thing about Astrograph. Astrograph's one of those cards that does some stuff. Does it do a lot? Well, I mean, we don't have Electromite. TCG's pretty much proven to us that we're not going to see Electromite come back anytime soon. Why would you bring Electromite back on this list when you're selling, Beyond the Pendulum this set? Like, why would I want to hurt my own sales? Like, that doesn't make any sense to me. Moving Astrograph also promotes some sort of sales in terms of, the new product going forward here. And I think that's fine. Seeing Astrographs, like, being combo extenders without Electromite is okay. I don't see an issue with that. Now, the choice hits here for the Water Enchantress / Rite of Armesia stuff is semi-limiting it. This is the follow-up to what the OCG did. Now, remember, the OCG is still playing this engine as 1-ups, which is literally 1 Rite, 1 Water Enchantress, 1 Dracoback, 1 Faithful Avenger, and 1 Griffin Rider. It's a splash 5-card engine at that point in time versus a 7 splash card engine, which depending on the numbers. Now, I've heard some wild theories here in the TCG where people like just ban the Griffin Rider. Alright, Illegal Knight is coming out. Alright, it stops the Omni Negate, does all that stuff. There's all sorts of crackpot theories that are going around on how to check this engine. This engine has had one of the craziest turnarounds in modern era Yu-Gi-Oh history. Honestly, it's nuts. Banning Griffin Rider might be the right solution in Konami's eyes. I don't know. I think the semi-limit approach is a small temporary patch in order to maintain sales on the product and reprint equity in that. I'm going to be honest with you on that, and I think most people will realize that too. If you see a semi-limit on this, it is just straight to maintain that reprint equity. Now, if we ban Griffin Rider, doesn't really hurt it. Illegal Knight comes out here in a couple weeks, and guess what, ladies and gentlemen? You get the chance to play that in the deck. You still have a level 7 that you can special summon if you want to do some of the cool synchro plays. Check. Alright, it works out. But at the end of the day, like I said, everybody has an opinion on how to go about this. I'm fine with the semi-limit approach on this, as it won't kill crazy value. We get to maintain the Griffin Rider plays in the deck, and you still get to see the generic Omni Negates do the thing. But once again, you flip the coin, and you're going to get whatever result you're going to get in terms of what we want to see on this list. This does need some sort of check right now, because this engine is redonkulous. Like, if you play competitive Yu-Gi-Oh right now, this engine is everything, and it is so stupidly crazy that it's nuts. Alright? Now, coming off of this list here, we have a Hero Lives. Alright, like, you know what? Hero players, you can have this one. Y'all definitely need something at this point in time. You're losing Verti Anaconda, you're losing Fusion Destiny. We can give you back something on this list. Alright, like, you guys can have it. Let Dark Law Turbo get a bone, alright? Hero players deserve something after, being as bamboozled as they have been for as long as they have been. I think this is fine. Solomon Great Circle to 3. You know what? Let Salad have this too, honestly. Circle to 3 with 1 Gazelle. You can still build your boards. You can still do the things that you want to do. It's not like it's that unbeatable. One more Circle definitely, I think, will open up some interesting doors for the deck. Scapegoat at 3. I think Scapegoat's too slow at this point in time. Honestly, bringing back Scapegoat just gives players the chance to have a little bit more fun, and I think that's fine. Maybe some slower decks will try this, but from the last time Scapegoat came out to now, we're on an entirely different level of gotta go fast. Alright? Now, the other one I don't like down here is Sekka's Light to 3. That feels like a little bit of a very left field call. The last time we've had Sekka's Light interactions in the game, they weren't very fun, alright? Those hodgepodge monster decks feel very, very, very weird, and they have a very interesting power scaling, I assure you, on what they can do. So be aware of that. I don't think that one's going to come to pass, but a majority of this stuff on this list, this is a pretty solid list. Alright, everybody's like, oh, we need a massive list. Yeah, outside of I'd like to see Cock-a-Doodle-Doo go to 1. That'd be great. But, axing Verte and axing, the part of the engine for the whole Brave token stuff helps out massively, ladies and gentlemen. Like, yes, very, very much so. So what do you guys think about this list? I'll give it to Italian Yu-Gi-Oh! This is probably one of the best ban lists that I've seen so far. Please, if you comment about too much, make sure you smash the crap out of that subscribe button. So you guys don't miss out on more awesome content, and I'll see your beautiful faces back here later in the day, guys. Peace out. Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.